Hey guys, I'm getting ready to make a new batch of soap. This particular batch is a custom order for a musical friend, and I am so excited about this batch. Like, it took me a while to compile everything I wanted for the batch and kind of her vision, my vision, converging visions. And the weird thing about art is that the person purchasing the art may have a different vision than the person actually making it, and whether or not the maker has the creative kind of leeway to improvise. And that's what makes custom orders really tricky, because the person buying it has a very definite idea of what they want, or usually they do. Not always. But that can make it tricky because art is really relative and it can change. It's not concrete, it's in motion, and it's just one of those things that's hard to control sometimes, because you try one thing and something goes haywire. In this case, this batch turned out even more beautiful than I could possibly have imagined. I'm still geeking out about this batch. And I made this several days ago. I'm just editing the video, but thinking about it, I am just so happy. I'm so happy I could cry. But I'm not going to. So I wanted to get these little musical note confetti glitters, and I ordered those on Etsy from a small business. There are so many different sellers of glitter. I'm a big fan of bio glitter because it's bio. It is biodegradable. And it will biodegrade, it will break down when you use it. I didn't know there were so many options of things to put on top of soap or in soap to make it beautiful. And I mean, glitter, come on, guys. Like, glitter doesn't really have a purpose other than appearance, right? It just doesn't. I mean, it could, I guess, be an exfoliant if you scrub it across your skin, but it's for looks. It's for looks. So here I am doing a drop swirl, and the colors that I used, you saw me add that little black in there. That was activated charcoal. I also used Zero Gravity from Mad Micas. That is a really sparkly black, but it's not as I mean, it is highly pigmented, but it's not as highly pigmented. I just like to add activated charcoal. And I know some people don't like activated charcoal because they don't like it. But I am not one of those. I love the pigmentation of it. And this green is a blend of green Vibrance and a green neon from Radioactive. That's what it was. I'm like slowing down my words so they can get in sync with my brain, because it's sometimes not on the same wavelength. So now I'm just going in with a hanger tool. This is a really easy way to kind of jazz up your soap designs, and there's really no right or wrong. You just stick it in and start swirling. There are different swirls you can attempt, like a butterfly swirl, but really it's just swirling soap. It's gorgeous. There's so many different ways to do it, but really, like I said, there's no right or wrong. I got that tool on Amazon. It was really cheap. It's just a little coated piece of wire, and you can bend it to any shape that will actually fit into your mold. So if you have a longer mold, most of them are longer, so you can adjust it. The scent that I am using is LoveSpell. So that's another thing with custom orders. You have to be careful. If you are a maker, you want to make sure that the scent is going to last. You want to make sure that any discoloration is done by the time you give this soap to your customer. Because if they get a soap and they purchase it in good faith and they have this custom order and they've worked hard to, kind of design, plan it, whatever, and then they get it, and a few weeks later or a few months later, it turns dark brown or black or gets spots or whatever. You just want to make sure all of your ducks are in a row, which is why I really didn't start doing custom orders for a really long time, because I didn't really want to let anyone down, quite frankly. And I wanted to know my soap inside and out. And this fragrance oil is very, very stable. There's really no big surprises in it for me personally because I've worked with it so many times. The only thing is it stays fluid very long time. You guys see this video sped up, but really this whole process took me well over an hour because I had to wait for things to set up. This is just one of those that takes forever. Forever. And I also used sodium lactate, which is a salt. It's in a liquid form, but it's a form of salt. So it hardens the bar a lot faster so you can cut it sooner. What else did I do? I did a water discount. I actually did a 1-to-1 lye water ratio. That is gutsy, guys. It's gutsy, but I went there because I trusted this fragrance oil. I've used it so many times. I knew I could pull it off, even with an intricate design. So yeah, that's what I did. And I also force a nice toasty gel phase, so that also helps with the ability to cut a lot sooner. I still waited to cut this batch because I knew it would be softer still, even still, with all of those precautions, it still was going to be softer. So I waited probably 14 to 16 hours to cut this. Normally, for reference, if something goes through a toasty gel phase, I can usually cut within 6 hours. That's my personal recipe with my personal trimmings and additions, okay? That's me. Not all soap is going to be ready that soon. But this top design, let's move to that. This top design is something I've really been using a lot because I love it. So I just pile little strips of color. It's really fun when you do contrasting colors. So if you have like a really vivid, like orange, and then purple or blue and yellow, it's really fun because you see that pop of color. And then you also have the texture. You just keep taking your little spatula and drawing layers. You're basically just pulling the soap over itself. And so here I have a glitter. I don't know if it's a bio glitter. I don't think it is. I prefer bio glitters, but not all of my glitters are bio glitter. This one is from Mad Micas, and I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's their only green one. So I just wanted to have a little pop of green on the top. I didn't want a ton of green on the top of the soap because my friend's logo has a little bit of green, but I really wanted the highlight on the top to be black and white because of like musical notes or a piano. It's just what I wanted to go. She didn't specify as far as top design, so I kind of took a little bit of artistic liberty, and I know that this top design is just really stunning, and I thought she'd like it. She'd appreciate it. So, and then also this is the little glitter. It's so cute. So what I did was I didn't want to put this over the black soap because obviously it wouldn't show up. So when you're doing a top design and you have little additions, you want to try and do contrasting colors so that little embed or glitter will pop. And sometimes you want just one color, and that's fine too. There's no right or wrong, but as far as making things pop, if you want to have something really stand out, do opposite colors. And if you need to, go to the color wheel and really take some time with the color wheel and look at opposite colors, opposing colors. So here is a little zoom in. You can see the glitter in that black. That black soap is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. I just love that black mica from Mad Micas, that zero gravity. It has definitely become one of my favorite go-to colorants. So here's the chop. You can see it's a little bit almost dry and flaky. Those end pieces kind of flaked right off. That is partially because of the sodium lactate. And there we go. Sometimes when people have flaky or crumbly soap, they think it's lye heavy, but honestly, I've only had a handful across the hundreds of batches that I've made that have been lye heavy. So some things do mimic lye heaviness, but it's not necessarily a given. So this is my soap planer. I think I got it for like $10 on Amazon. I got this right when I started soaping, and it's just for kind of, what's the word? Fixing any like imperfections, if there's any little lumps or bumps or uneven places on your soap and you want to make it smooth. That works great. Also, I've seen people use that for beveling their edges. I just prefer a vegetable peeler, so that's what I do. And here is the custom soap stamp that I ordered with my friend's logo on it. So I can do that with custom orders. I do have a wonderful Etsy shop that I order through, and they do excellent work with their custom stamps. And I will actually link their shop in the comments or in the description, because I know that there are a lot of soap makers that are like, oh, I want to get a custom stamp and I don't know where to go. It's really hard. Like, it's really hard because you're spending money and you want to get something that is nice. These are solid. They work great. I have had several from this shop and have not been disappointed with any of them. And then here's my business stamp. So that's going on the side. So if people buy, not if, when people buy these, she's going to be selling these, they can funnel it back to me. Not funnel it, but like they can say,
oh, this is from Blue Haven Summery. I like these. Let's go check out her shop.
But that's my little calling card on there. So then beveling. And you know what? Quite frankly, if a customer wants a custom loaf and they don't want my soap stamp on the side, I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. It's not a prerequisite to getting a custom order. We actually talked about this and she's like, no, I really want your stamp on the side so people can find you and see, you know, kind of go back to your shop and see what kind of work you do. So... in there. I love the tops. I just take my finger and kind of run along the top if I'm not going to bevel it, because there usually are a little bit of crumbly bits on that top, and I just want to get any rough edges off. Some people do that with the whole bar instead of beveling it, but not me. Okay, and there's a little quick shot. And ta-da! I shared these pictures online and people were like, it's blue soap. It's blue soap. It's like the whole gold and black dress thing that went around a few years ago. Yeah, so tell me what color you see in these shots. It'll be interesting to see. So thank you guys again for watching my video. You can go find my goodies at bluehavensoapery.etsy.com.